Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. This is going to be my Luke Cage ending Season 2 video. Just careful for spoilers if you haven't seen the series yet. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe to get everything. I do Marvel videos every week. Click that bell to enable alerts. So maybe you finished Iron Fist and you have like a couple big questions. Is there going to be a Season 2? Given all the negative reaction that it's had, all the things that it seems like they need to fix before they can actually do it. They just finished wrapping Defenders and Finn Jones posted this picture like, I've been working on this for the past year. So literally he shot all of Iron Fist, then rolled straight into Defenders, shot 8 episodes of that, and now he's done. So he's going to take this big long break, go hibernate for a while, and they're going to figure out what's going on with Season 2. Yes, there will be a Season 2. That's just the way the Netflix shows work. Each of the individual shows, regardless of team-ups, will get future seasons. Daredevil is just the marquee show that everybody loves, so they're going to roll that out first. So there is like a pecking order to all these shows, so some will get their next season before others. But there were just a couple key things that happened at the very end of Iron Fist that tee up events that they'll directly address in Season 2. So if they didn't, it'd be a major middle finger. There are just so many things from the comics that they teed up. Everybody's wondering if they're going to do a Heroes for Hire style team up. I'll address that too. But the biggest things first, Danny and Colleen Wing show up at the gates of Kunlun and find all these dead, massacred Hand soldiers, and Kunlun isn't there. It hasn't been a full year, so they should be able to get back in.
Their hand. It's gone.
Gone. Gone where?
I don't know. But I should have been here. It's all my fault.
In the context of the show, there are 7 capital cities of heaven that slowly move into alignment with Earth, allowing people to get into each different city. Kunlun was in alignment with Earth this year. That's how Danny Rand came back. The thing is when they show up, it should still be there. So something happened to shift the alignment of the celestial clock. Now that could be something that the Steel Serpent, Davos, did with Madame Gao, because it looked like the Hand tried to force their way in. Madame Gao said that she had been to Kunlun before, even if she wasn't born there, so presumably this was her faction trying to force their way in. They were fought off, but in the chaos, someone was able to shift the alignment, so Kunlun is now inaccessible to Danny Rand. There's some really cool backdoors they have in the comic book and ways of getting around the issue of it being in alignment with Earth, but I don't think they're going to jump straight to that. And even though Madame Gao seems like the culprit here, and Davos seems like he's working with Madame Gao, I don't necessarily blame him for what happened here. But either way, Danny Rand is stuck on Earth, so this explains how he winds up with the Defenders, jumping to Joy Meacham, plotting with Davos. So there are 2 different agendas going on here. Joy Meacham is very clearly being set up as the villain for Season 2, like somebody who started out as a friend and was twisted by events to believe something that's not true. Danny Rand is the reason that my life fell apart. Davos believes the same thing, but he wants the power of the Iron Fist for himself, so he's going to try and kill Danny and steal that. The actor teased that he is nowhere in Defenders, so they would have to wait to Iron Fist Season 2 to address that. And I'm not expecting Joy Meacham to show up during Defenders either. There's just already so many characters in that series. For the most part, the Davos character in the comics has already become the Steel Serpent when we see him. He already has that power. Like, he tries to steal the power from the dragon before it's his time. He almost dies, but then in an alliance later with Crane Mother, the leader of one of the other capital cities of heaven, he gets a version of Iron Fist powers through her, but instead of harnessing his own chi, he steals chi from other people, so he is going to try and steal Danny Rand's chi. So it's a bit of a change from the comic books. So what about Bakudo? He very clearly escaped. It seems like they're going to resurrect him, he'll come back, but he teased that someone above him in his organization, the Hand, was very eager to work with the Iron Fist. So a big theme of Iron Fist was people coming back from the dead. I think this is a teaser for Elektra in Defenders, because remember, even without all the Hand stuff that she's involved in, she's a very rich person, very powerful. So because it's been so long since Daredevil Season 2 ended, it sounds like she's already come back and is doing something that we'll find out about in Defenders. So if you wonder what all that weird Harold Meacham stuff the back half of the season was, that just totally felt out of tone for the rest of the series, him just wandering around like Frankenstein. He used the name Frankenstein on his phone, then literally started acting like Frankenstein for the last half of the season. It was crazy. That's just meant to tee up Elektra coming back. The idea that each time someone dies and comes back, they get a little crazier each time, but they do keep coming back. And speaking of Meacham, so Ward Meacham ends the series taking true control of Rand in partnership with Danny. He seems like he's kind of in a healthy place. He's going to have a lot of problems in season 2, but he's a good person, and he'll wind up being the Jaren Hogarth from the comics. So Jaren Hogarth in the series is a woman played by Carrie Ann Moss, who is an attorney that works for Danny Rand. But in the comic books, Jaren Hogarth is the business partner that runs Rand Enterprises day-to-day for Danny Rand while he's out busy being Iron Fist. What about Heroes for Hire? The thing that everybody wants. I do think that it would have been smarter for them to just do Heroes for Hire rather than try to do an Iron Fist solo series, because one of the strongest things about Daredevil Season 2 were those other characters.
See you around, Red.
Punisher was such a good character in performance that he got his own solo series after they saw that footage. They're like, we are giving you your own TV show, and none of the other characters in Iron Fist were strong enough to merit that. So what'll probably happen is they will do a season 2, but what you'll see is more crossing over. So we have Iron Man that's going to be in a Spider-Man movie. Luke Cage was a huge part of Jessica Jones season 1. So I think that you will see Luke Cage, Iron Fist stuff happening, even though each of the Netflix shows will get their own seasons. Like, there will be no true Heroes for Hire TV show. You'll just see a really big story arc on Iron Fist and on Luke Cage involving that other character. The only reason I think they'll do it that way is because of the way all these contracts work out. So when they first said that they were going to do Marvel Netflix series, they contracted to do series for each of the 4 separate characters, then a Defenders team up. There wasn't a lot of room for doing different types of shows, like a Heroes for Hire show, but that could always change in the future. They didn't originally plan to do a Punisher solo series, and they added that to the roster. So if they can do that, they can totally change the paradigm and just combine 2 of the shows into one show and do Heroes for Hire. But as the dust settles, what's probably going to happen next year is you'll see Daredevil Season 3, Jessica Jones Season 2, and Luke Cage Season 2. I think you'll definitely see him pop up on those other shows, but an actual Iron Fist Season 2 probably won't show up till 2019. It'll give them enough time to train the actors to do the right types of fight sequences and find the right story. And I really do want to see Orson Randall. And for those of you asking, this 1948 Iron Fist, yes, that is supposed to be Orson Randall, so he was a bit of a deep-cut Easter egg on the show. I know everybody's wondering about the comic book costume. Is he ever going to wear that? Finn Jones said that they're working up to that, but it's probably not going to happen right away, which is kind of disappointing, but they could always change their mind about that. You never really can trust what the actors say about the TV show because the Marvel Gestapo are just sitting waiting to pick them off if they say something that's spoilery. So yes, there will be a comic book costume, but it might not happen for a while. Congratulations to Ray Ray, you're the latest Marvel giveaway winner. Be sure to private message me on the back end of my channel. There was a new round that started in this video. I'll announce the winner the next time I post a Marvel video. While you wait for that, click here for my non-spoilery Power Rangers review. Very nostalgic, and you can click here for my Iron Fist review. Thank you so much for watching. Let's high five. I'll see you guys tonight.